Time now for the Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.
Former CIA officer John, I don't even know how to pronounce the last name, K, says the deep state must have destroyed the Epstein files. Cut number 12, por favor.
I'm not blaming the FBI director, Kash Patel, or the deputy director, Dan Bongino. I think that layer beneath them, that's part of what we like to call the deep state, has taken this bull by the horns, and they've probably destroyed information. Look at what the CIA did in 1975 after Congress ordered that it release all of its files related to an operation called MK Ultra. The director of the CIA went back to headquarters and ordered everything to be destroyed. And in the end, only about 20% of the documents survived. We're still learning about the FBI's operations against Martin Luther King 55 years after the fact. So now we're supposed to believe that everybody's telling the truth, that there were no files, there were no dossiers. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it because I know how these people operate.
All right. And so, listen, I think they're gone. I know it's disheartening. I don't think you're going to get anything more from the Jeffrey Epstein files because I don't think that the files exist anymore. I do think that anything that may have had a connection to Jeffrey Epstein has been destroyed, with the exception of maybe some files with Ghislaine Maxwell, which is weird. I mean, she's in jail for prison for human trafficking, and we still don't know who she was human trafficking to, which is really odd and crazy and unheard of, frankly. But she's keeping her mouth shut because she wants to stay alive. I believe that's my personal opinion. We have a caller here in Nevada, Deborah, that wants to talk about it. I happen to agree with Deborah, but here she is. Deborah, welcome to the Larry Elder Show. You've got the mic.
Yes. I just wanted to comment because I'm a retired auditor, and I used to review documents for a living. And it seems like everyone is upset today because Pam Bondi said there was no client list, which may very well be a true statement because a client list implies that there's a business transaction. Okay? So what was this client list you're looking for? That Jeffrey Epstein was some type of a pimp? Or are you talking about his investment advisor clients? You know, I think people are interested in who was trafficking in these young girls, and there's probably no client list related to that.
You listen, Deborah. You make a good point. I appreciate the call. I absolutely agree with you. I don't think a client list exists. I don't think that you would keep a client list because you don't want to incriminate. You don't want to incriminate yourself. And you're absolutely right. I mean, you could have a client list. I mean, I have a client list when it comes to landscaping. I had a client list when it came to janitorial service. So you're absolutely right. That's probably not something you want to keep a client list for. But you know who the Johns are. You know who you've participated in stuff with, or maybe you've just done it on rando. Maybe you got these guys or gals, who knows, caught up in the moment. And then all of a sudden, you know, they said that Jeffrey Epstein didn't blackmail his attorney. Former attorney said he's incapable of blackmail. Listen, I don't know that that's true. I don't know that you have to threaten anybody to blackmail them. I think that if you're involved in something that is so despicable as sex trafficking, especially when it comes to younger girls and or minors, you don't have to say anything. They know that you know. It's really that simple. I think maybe perhaps what we're guilty of oftentimes is watching a little bit too much television and seeing how things just play out in the end and always work out. And sadly, they don't work out this way. Work out that way all the time.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with the Salem News Channel at 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This has been The Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.